All right, last but not least, 27. The function g is defined by g of x equals x times x minus 2 times x plus 6 squared. The value of g of 7 minus w is 0, where w is a constant. What is the sum of all possible values of w? Okay, now if I told you, let's forget about w for a second. Or 7 minus w. Let's forget about that for a second. What if it was just w? If I told you g of w is 0, means if and I don't know what number w is, means if I plug w, this unknown number, into this, I'm going to get 0. How could that be? Now, you know how when we're factoring, and if we were just factoring this and we had and I'm just going to do just the x minus 2 and the x plus 6, and I said that equals 0, that multiplied together equals 0, how do you solve for x? You assume either this equals 0 or that equals 0, because when you multiply them together to get 0, one of them has to. Same principle here, it just looks a little more complicated because we have 3 individual bits. And if I was just looking for w, I'd say, okay, well, either if I plug this number w in for x in these 3 locations, either this would have to equal 0, or that would have to equal 0, or that would have to equal 0, because I know when I plug this number w, this unknown number in, I get 0. Okay? Now let's take it one further. We're saying it's not just w that when you plug in, it gets 0. It's 7 minus w. When I plug it in, I get 0. This still represents just a number because w is a constant. It's a number. So 7 minus a number is going to be just another number. So when I take this number, this whole number represented by 7 minus w, and I plug it in wherever there's an x, it's going to equal 0. So one of these locations has to equal 0. And the x plus 6 squared, don't really worry about the squared because think of it as just being another x plus 6. So, doesn't matter which of those x plus 6's the 7 minus w would be in. You only have to look at one of them. Okay, so let's take each of these scenarios. What if it's the x? Putting 7 minus w in for x, that makes everything be 0. Well, then that must equal 0. So, okay, I plug in 7 minus w for x, so it's just now 7 minus w, and that may equal 0. All right, my second one here, 7 minus w for x, and then minus 2. That may equal 0. And then the last one, we have x plus 6. So, okay, 7 minus w in for x plus 6. That may equal 0. Now, I'm going to change the signs on all of these. Just so, there we go. Plus a negative, plus a negative. So we can combine like terms more easily. All right, so our first one, 7 minus w equals 0. Or 7 plus a negative w equals 0. I'm going to add w to both sides, so things cancel out, and I get 7 on the left and just w on the right. So there's my first possible value of w is 7. The next one, I can combine 7 and negative 2. 7 and negative 2 is 5. So 5 plus a negative w equals 0. Same thing here. I'm going to add w to both sides, and I get that 5 equals w. And then this one, I have 7 plus a negative w plus 6, so I'm going to combine 7 and 6, combine those like terms, and 7 plus 6 is 13, plus a negative w equals 0. I'm going to do the opposite and add a w to both sides, and I get that 13 is equal to w. But what did they want to know? They said, what is the sum of all possible values of w? Well, we have 3 possible values. That is 7, 5, and 13. And when I add all of those together, I get my answer 25. And that's it. The sum of all possible values is 25, and you've done it. You've completed this. All 27 questions. Congratulations. Hey guys, just a quick heads up. I've got some cool stuff coming for y'all, including a free course full of SAT tips and tricks, as well as an exhaustively complete course on everything you need to know for the SAT, both math and reading. So subscribe to the channel to get notified when that goes live. I'm also going to put it in the comments and description below as soon as it does. In the meantime, if this video was helpful or useful in any way, please let YouTube know. Comment, like, share, subscribe. You know the drill. Thank you so much for stopping by. Hope you have a great day. See you later. Bye.